Hello, YouTube. Today is October 4th, 2021. This is the Harry Thomas Show. The website is located at harrythomas.info and harrythomasshow.com. I'm your host, Harry Thomas. Well, we're over here at YouTube. I was doing a show. The last show I did, I was actually saying nobody likes to subscribe and nobody likes to share and like and all that. And somebody must have shared and must have featured the video somewhere because I appreciate it, supported it, and that's what we're doing around here. It's censored over here. I do have more uncensored stuff up over at the Real Harry Thomas Show over at Bitchute.com, and it's up at Podomatic, Harry Thomas Show. All the links are over at harrythomas.info, harrythomasshow.com, harrythomasshow.info, and I have some documentaries up at harrythomas.site. Aaron Russo, stuff on the money fraud, money masters, Edward G. Griffin. I like to keep free information. I'm all about free information. I want people to understand what's going on in the world around them. I want people to question their reality. I want people to ask questions like, hey, do I understand how important it is that I live in a republic? How important it is that I live in a ruled by a constitution and a Bill of Rights? How important are them documents? How many people have died for them documents that are the laws of the land? Am I mindful of that? Am I just going along with the system? Am I just a cog in the machine? Things like that. I just ask people to question their reality while we're fighting this new world order, this dictatorship, this global scientific dictatorship that they believe in the global the Georgia Guidestones, the culling of the human population. And at the top is people of pure evil, Luciferians. Even worse than that, I'm not even sure that if that could be a compliment. I mean, them are two kind of words calling them Luciferians, Satan worshippers, and that is nefarious. I got this guy, man. I've been listening to him for a while. I like his commentary. I like the articles he writes. He's from England. His name is Paul Joseph Watson. I wanted to give a shout out to the people who've been supporting me over at 12160.info. There is a social network of free thinkers. Let me tell you, a potpourri of free thinkers, different from all different kinds of backgrounds. Very respectful community, and there's room for everybody over there with all kinds of views and backgrounds. No fighting, just an exchange, a free exchange of ideas, supporters of free speech and resistors of the New World Order. That's over there at the social network 12160.info. Used to be 12160.org. And if you go there, it'll shoot you over there anyway. So even my old videos will still shoot you over at the right place. And the work of the devil, the Pope, is doing Satan's bidding. This whole Pope, I'm not Catholic or any of this stuff. I don't believe in religion and stuff. I got my own spiritual beliefs. But it's been odd recently, the way the Catholic Church is basically dying. All their pews are empty, for one, looking at it from an outsider's point of view. But is the Pope even Catholic? I mean, this is the question that's being presented. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting because you have a black pope, and I've covered this before, and the black pope is actually the one that has the power. And there is this library of hidden knowledge at the Vatican, and the Vatican is a really weird thing. There's a lot of secret things going on there, and the Pope is a figurehead and very much involved in the New World Order. So, I do pay attention to the stuff that's going on. What is going on here? So, he's betraying every basic tenet of the Christian faith, and its foundations are pulverized across the West. Now, and we've seen this change in the, and what was it about this particular Pope? Isn't like the bloodline is kind of different, but I don't want to talk out of turn about stuff I don't really know. I don't want to be here either. Stats for nerds. How do I get there? Anyway, I obviously am not down with the stats for nerds because I can't even flip the phone over without knocking everything out of whack. I hope we can hear him good.
Pope Francis says conservative Catholics who criticise him for failing to defend the faith are performing the work of the devil. Au contraire, if anyone's doing the work of the devil, it's you. The Pope claims his critics are whipping up hostility against the Church. They're not attacking the Church, they're attacking you. Why do you act like your actions and statements are separate from and not representative of the Church? You're the supreme pontiff, for fuck's sake. You're the figurehead. Where you lead, the Church follows. And where you lead has been pretty fucking disastrous, hasn't it? Mandating everyone who enters Vatican City show a green pass to prove they've been vaccinated. A green pass that Italians are being forced to take or face losing their jobs. A digital ID that tracks their location. A huge lurch towards a social credit score system that could eventually be used to determine, based on level of compliance, whether somebody is allowed to buy or sell.
Sorry, you're only on your 9th vaccination and we don't sell to racists.
Yeah, when you're literally helping to fulfill the Revelation's prophecy of the mark of the beast. That doesn't sound very Christian to me. Sounds more like the work of the devil. Archbishop Carla Maria Vigano warns of a health dictatorship brought in under the banner of the Great Reset. We see heads of nations and religious leaders pandering to the suicide of Western culture and its Christian soul, while the fundamental rights of citizens and believers are denied in the name of a health emergency that is revealing itself more and more fully as instrumental to the establishment of an inhuman, faceless tyranny. And what do you have to say about it? Shut up and take the vaccine. So Christian. Last year you offered your support for gay marriage, saying same-sex couples should be able to form civil unions. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall seeing much sympathy for homosexuality in the Bible. Whatever anyone thinks about gay marriage, one thing you can't describe it as is being very Christian. Not according to Pope Francis. What are you going to do next? Endorse abortion? You also think there's no hell and that souls just disappear. Something that completely contradicts the Catholic Church's 2,000-year-old teaching about the eternal existence of the soul. No soul, no consequences. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Yeah, that sounds like something, but it's definitely not Christian. You facilitated the church establishment targeting of conservative Catholics merely for them trying to uphold the faith.
Personally, I know many priests who have been canceled, but not for the reasons you'd think. I mean, it's not like they did a hit-and-run drive and left the scene of the crime or embezzled church funds, stole the altar wine, or committed some other heinous crime. No, not at all. And who's persecuting them? Well, their own bishops. How's that? Yep. Who are they? Well, they're a pack of men who generally passively sit by and tolerate any kind of nonsense, but if one of their priests utters something that resembles orthodoxy, well then they spring into action, they reprimand him, and they bully him and do their best to cancel him. It's a symptom of a very deep sickness that afflicts the church.
You've isolated and removed from power prominent Catholics like Cardinal Sarah, who, unlike you, has actually used his platform to defend the faith.
On vous sent inquiet pour le monde occidental. Qu'est-ce qui vous inquiète?
Vous savez, la plus grande inquiétude, c'est que l'Europe ne veut plus ou a perdu le sens de ses origines. Il a perdu ses racines. Or, un arbre qui n'a pas de racines, il meurt. Et j'ai peur que l'Occident meure. Il y a beaucoup de signes.
You got subtitles going on here if you don't speak the language. Anyway, I think you get the point here. I'm going to include a link to this. I'm going to include a link to this in the description part, because this is on Paul Joseph Watson's YouTube channel. And so they can't be taking me down for what he's saying on his YouTube channel. So I'm going to quote the source in the description page. But this is another example of the New World Order infiltrating every part of society, and influence of every part of society, and in this case, religion. You know, and the church has a very big influence with the people, and what they're preaching at the pulpit is, very influencing. People will go along with it. There's a lot of trust there. The people trust them with their money. They trust them with the advice that they give them. They trust them with their secrets and confession. They go to them. They fellowship with the people. I mean, that's an integral part of people's lives when you're walking in the faith. And it doesn't just mean in Christianity. I mean, all the major religions, the core principles of it is walking together in faith. So there's core principles to all the major religions. And that's why it was very concerning to me, if you haven't already heard some of the uncensored shows over at harrythomas.info. I'm not sure if I even put them up there yet, but they're over at the Real Harry Thomas Show. I need some subscribers over there. But, I got that show up there, and I was talking about the New York State governess, the Tyrant, Kathy Hochul, who is unelected. She got put in there from lieutenant governor as because they kicked Cuomo out. George Soros said, "We're going to pull out all the dirt on you, Cuomo, if you don't get out of here." Because that's what they do. They pull all the dirt on you if you don't get the heck out. You know what I mean? But, the church and these religious establishments have a lot of weight in the community and in the local communities. That's where the leadership is coming from in a lot of it, and the people are involved not only there, but they're involved in their local Knights of Columbus. There's all kinds of little, remember Fred and Barney from the Flintstones, and they were in the water buffalo? They were, what were they? The Order of the Water Buffalo. Like some secret society. They wouldn't let the women in one of the cartoons, and they snuck in anyway in drag. I guess they were dressed up as men, if I remember correctly. But I also remember a lot of things that were going on in the cartoons that were shaping our minds, that were probably highly inappropriate. Like Ernie from Sesame Street walking down the street, and there was a guy in a trench coat standing on the corner at night underneath a street lamp, and Ernie's coming by, and these guys like, "Psst, hey bud," and Ernie's like, "What?" He's like, "You want to buy an A?" and the letter of the day was A, but he's opening up the trench coat, and the A is on the inside of it. You want to buy an A? And Ernie's like, an A? And he's like, shh, yeah, an A. And he's like, how much? And he's like, a nickel. And Ernie's like, a nickel? And the guy's like, shh, yeah, a nickel. And they wonder why, they were grooming us to be drug addicts right from the beginning. This is what the whole thing's been a setup from the get up. You could go look at one of my previous YouTube videos, if I even have a channel. I got 2 strikes against me. I have no idea what I can talk about, what I can't talk about. It's like Twitter. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing over there. I go to retweet or I go to follow a few people that's in a group that I like, some like-minded people. Isn't that what you're supposed to be doing? So I get in a group and there's a bunch of like-minded people. I go, oh, wow, I could follow some people there, make an interesting feed. Maybe they'll follow me back, who knows? And no, Twitter's constantly, oh, you just got sanctioned for 3 days. 3 days? It's like I'm back to the Google goggles when I got back this channel, I was in hibernation. I come out and I don't even know what to do. I'm like David Wilcock from Ancient Aliens on his channel when he was talking about the 26th letter of the alphabet. I don't even know if it is. But when he was talking about Q, it was like, ooh, you can't say anything. So I get over here and I don't even know what I can say. And my 3rd video was banned. And then I had 2 bloopers. And then I cut out anything that had anything to do with shall I say it? I've said it before, the pandemic. Paul Joseph Watson was talking about it on his YouTube channel. I don't know why they pick on me or what I said that was wrong. And like I told you, YouTube people before, I don't mean to do it. I don't know what I said about biscuits that was so wrong. Oh, is that a code word? Is a cold word a cold word? Like, I don't even know. I come back out of hibernation, man, off the grid, and I come back in here, and it's a whole 1984 world. And I have no idea what's going on. But it's a Google goggle world, man. There's censorship. And Google owns everything. I don't know if Google owns Twitter, but I swear it. I was talking about that, man. It's like a landmine. You don't know. Your next click could be your last. And Instagram? My God. My God. If you could even get an account set up over there, I've had one established. I was trying to get a backup, and I got a really bad leg. Really bad leg. You don't even know the half of it. But, yeah, I was trying to get a backup, Instagram backup, and no, because my other one's a mess, and I wanted something a little, but it's not a mess that I don't like it to be a mess. Is what I'm saying. It's a eclectic mess. There's inspirational things. There's some scantily clad women. There's people with political views on all different kinds. It's interesting. And I do like to interact with people. That's why over at harrythomas.info there are links to where you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me. My biggest one is probably over there at Facebook, longest profile. That one and Instagram. I've been fighting the New World Order for years. But, I wasn't doing the show, but, and I got Twitter up again. And the old Twitter's still up, but I can't get into it. Just the old Twitter's still up. The old YouTube channel is still up under Harry Thomas Info, all one word. The old Podomatic is still up. There's an old my site, the original Net Zero NZ servers, my site. Like the original before there was even a harrythomas.info. And then I went and I hooked up harrythomas.info again. So all the old banners from the old YouTube channel and the videos that I used to make over there. Yeah, I used to make fancy videos like everybody else, but you know what? Who cares? This started out as the original garage talk show. And that's what it is. I'm not sitting in a garage today, and I never really was. But that was it. It was uploaded to Usenet on Usenet servers to news groups. Well, it was uploaded to binary news groups, and it was posted to use news groups all over the place. Not even binary. There was just thousands and thousands. So it was advertised all over, but it was posted right up there with mainstream news. And that's where it was the original Garage Talk Show, 2005. Nothing else was out there like that. And you know what? I'm not fancy. Like I told you, I don't have nothing fancy up here. No higher brainwashing. No higher learning. GED. That's what I got. But I've lived my life and I've been around, believe me. I've seen a lot of things in this world. And I've been studying this New World Order, these elitists, for 20 years. I know what their plans are, and I see them unfolding. I was listening to the shows I did 15, 14, 13 years ago, and it was like I was doing a play-by-play by what's going on today. And I just wish people would. I posted a couple of them. There's some good videos that going along with them too, but I don't have the energy for all that right now. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I've got a lot of medical conditions, not to make excuses about it, but what I got is a mouth. And I'm willing to sit here and run my mouth and tell you what I know. I'm willing to sit here and share my awakening, my 20-year awakening with you, and let we ain't got time to do 20 years of awakenings and 20 years of research on these punks, these psychopaths. So I'm going to share with you in 20, 40-minute videos what I know and show you some current stuff on the news and stuff that people have been sharing, and you could share it with your friends. Like I said, I got MP3s up at the website in the archive section. You can download them, start a podcast. If you don't know how to talk or you don't want to talk, start a podcast somewhere for free. Put up my things. I don't care how many Harry Thomas shows are around. I mean, don't use the name up everywhere, but I don't care what you do, really. I really don't. They used all the names up at Bitchute. That's why I got the real Harry Thomas show, which really turns out to be good. And Podomatic took a video, and I'm not sure if it shows up on the RSS feeds or not. I'm not sure if I want to go MP4 over there or stay MP3 over there. Decisions, but we're fighting the New World Order on their platform here on YouTube. I'm hoping that this thing, um, goes through. And like I said, I'm going to post the link to Paul Watson's the news story that I just played for you and was talking about the Pope and the influence of the church. And I remember the local church had a lot of influence in my household growing up and in the community, but like in my household, it was a two-faced thing. It was like what goes on in the home behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. It was like Vegas in my house. What goes on in Vegas, it stays in Vegas. And when Sunday come and Wednesday nights and sometimes Friday, if Billy Graham was talking, because I grew up with my mom was a Sunday school teacher and very involved in the Baptist church. So what can you do? And then I was in foster care because whatever. I don't really talk about my personal thing, but while I was in foster care, I went to all different kinds of denominations and different faiths and stuff. So I've been exposed to all kinds of religions, and I've seen how influential It is in different households. So I guess that's why I brought that up, is because it's important to this, and it's important because I'm sharing my awakening, to stuff, and and I know that when them envelopes are getting passed into them baskets and that tithing, and I know when the bills are coming in, these are things that I personally noticed was when the bills were coming in and it was time, back to school time, and the preacher had his, 2, 3 kids and his wife, and, end of the month, it was always preaching on tithing. And them envelopes going in the basket, people put them in an envelope because they don't really want people to know how much money they make. And they don't want them to know that they're giving more than 10% because, I know they're having conversations with people. And they're having conversations with people, yeah, we start out with, you get tenfold back and all, but people who invest more get more. I've heard them all, man. Like I said, I've been around. I've been around this world a little bit. I used to follow the Grateful Dead around. There's a thing I probably mentioned a few times on the show. I remember when I covered on the show the Grateful Dead were playing, or some members of the Grateful Dead. It was Bobby Weir, and I was trying to get an interview with him at shows that I was going to, Rat Dog shows and stuff. Couldn't get near him though. And I was going to ask him about Bohemian Grove and Mickey Hart and Steve Miller. There was an article they were playing up there at the Bohemian Grove. Now I don't know. It was reported they were members up there. I don't know what the hell them boys are doing hanging around with them Bohemian Grovers, man. But they're a bunch of Satan worshiping psychopaths who are eugenicists, and they think that they're going to merge with technology and live forever. And they're going to, right now they're building mansions and stuff while they cull the human population with their frying pandemics. Hey, can you cook a biscuit on a frying pan? I don't know. Oh, can I even say that on YouTube? Oh, there goes the channel. There goes the channel, all you YouTube censors. I don't even think they even have people. They just run them through machines. They try to, maybe if I talk with a lisp. I don't know, but I was trying that David Wilcock stuff, man, and talking, but my biscuits and buckets. Uh-oh. That was the title of it. But whatever I was talking about, man, they did not like it. And that was my second one, and if I get another one, I'm out. This channel's gone. But this will be up on Bitchute. But if I'm telling you this and you're seeing it, you're already there, or you're at Rumble or somewhere. But I'll start up another show. I'll start up another YouTube channel, and I'll upload all the videos again except the ones that were banned. I don't know. We got to just keep going at it. We can't let them stop us. Like I'm disabled. I can't walk. I got problems. I got screws coming out of my legs. I need operations. I need serious work in more than one place. My eyes are going bad. Got the diabetes for over half my life, and catches up with you. Life, like I said, I followed the Grateful Dead around. I lived hard. I seen a lot of things. I lived my life, man. I lived hard. And paid a price when you get older. But the one thing I won't do is cower to these sons of bitches. These New World Order minions. Right now we're trying to claw our way through the minions to get to the wizard behind the curtain. And the more educated you are, man, you want to get away from the CNN and the constant lie, the Orwell George Orwell, where you just boom, boom, the droning sound of the lie over and over, which becomes the truth. You know, lie is truth. You know, white is black. Freedom is hate. Hate is love, and it's just all screwed up. This world. It's 1984, the date, and I did a video. You should check that one out. You should check the one out about General Milley, about Joe Biden acting like a dictator. And these are things that have been allowed on YouTube. I went through my survival backpack, was given some good advice on what to do when these lockdowns start hitting again, and they will. I mean, you've heard them say, Pfizer say this isn't going to end. You've heard Biden say it. You've heard the people at the United Nations. I was talking to a trooper, and I said, jokingly, I said, is COVID ever going to end? He goes, no. No hesitation, total stone face. And I was like, oh, do you know something that we don't? And he just sat there like, no expression, totally expressionless. But it's first, not even a hesitate. No, it's never going to end. This was a New York State trooper. We are living in a communist police state. Do you understand what I'm telling you, people? They're building isolation and quarantine facilities in Washington State. They're hiring in several counties. They're looking for employees. And I told you, this is the model from Australia of what's going on over there with the lockdowns. And what happens over there happens over here. This isn't no joke. I'm not over here nonchalantly saying, oh yeah, we're fighting the New World Order. No, this is a fight for our lives. Here, these people are killers. They're stone cold killers. They're eugenicists. These were the people who were involved in the sterilization programs. And I get into all that in my uncensored shows over at harrythomas.info. And Bitchute. They're up at Bitchute, but eventually they all end up there. After this, I'll put them up at the website. It's just an embed, click, and paste. But I got a lot going on. I got a great blog writer over there. It's been writing for harrythomasshow.com. That's where the blogs are. Writing great material. I got a couple blogs I wrote myself. And if you want to write a blog, send it to Harry at harrythomas.info. I'm not an English teacher or nothing. Make sure it's well written and all. It'll do a spell check. I'll have to separate the paragraphs and all because it throws it raw into the blog. But, just make sure it's not plagiarized and all that. And if it's well written and everything, hey, I'll put it out there. If you're a whistleblower, you've got a topic, you want to bring something to my attention, I'll throw it out there. Harry at harrythomas.info. That's email. Yeah, very simple. Just, hey, Harry at harrythomas.info. And there's the main website. And I got links to all the websites. I got them scattered all over. It's cheaper that way for me. I want the information for free. I'm here giving out free information, and I've always been that way. I have never, since 2005, asked for a dime. I've had P.O. boxes. I've had newsletters. I've given away DVDs for free through the mail. Giveaways on the show. I've done everything to give out information. Everything. I pay for websites. I upload. I spend my time uploading files and setting up things and getting the information and collecting it and doing research and I want the information out for free because I'm just a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? And I know how suspicious I am. So I know how suspicious you are because you told me you were a human being too. Or at least some of you are. Not sure about them wizards up there behind the curtain. Jury's still out about what kind of evil lurks up there. See, I was talking about some unspeakable acts on the uncensored shows. And I'm seeing what's flying by over at Podomatic. I don't even know who owns Podomatic anymore. I used to be able to talk about whatever I wanted, and I am talking about whatever I want over there. I bought a membership or whatever to get more bandwidth or space, and I'm doing what I want until they tell me otherwise or ban me from the platform. But you know what? There's other platforms out there that offer free speech on podcasts. I'm only at Podomatic because of I'm a rebel, and that's where this show started. It gravitated from the news groups over to the podcast. Everything was new back then. You know, I got on like YouTube a year after it was going. You know, it still hadn't really established. It had just started getting established when I restarted this show again in spring after a financial breakdown. But, you know, all the struggles and still here. See, the strong survive, you know, and we got to take care of the families. Like I said, make sure, because before the end of this year, I wouldn't be surprised. See, if the globalists want to crash the economy right before the Christmas season, it would be the best time to have a lockdown. I mean, Amazon and their buddies, their corporate buddies there, Walmart and all that, they're going to make a ton of cash and they're going to consolidate everybody out of business. Nobody will survive it. No small businesses survive the Christmas with a shutdown. And that would be them crashing the economy. So if they wanted to do that, they would do a lockdown right around the holiday season, which is coming up this month and next month. And that's what I heard, October, November. So make sure you have extra food because I've already reported to you that Costco was limiting and reporting chain supplies for toilet paper, and we're seeing inflation everywhere. If you notice, the paper prices are going up. So when all this happens, they're going to skyrocket. So stock up on paper products, everything that you need now, canned food, storable food, any kind of healthcare needs, extra, you know, medications, food and water, you know, make sure you got stuff for your pets. Think ahead, think outside the box. And like I was showing you on the other previous video, a to-go bag. And you don't pack them like for the kids like you're going on a vacation. No, they're not for each one's personal belongings. No, one bag is for first aid stuff, medicine, stuff like that. Another bag is for cooking. Another bag is for clothes. Another bag is for fishing and tools and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And whoever's strong enough can carry more than one bag. You know, and you got to think ahead. Like I said, get them little survival kits. Like I showed you that has like 125 things in it. Little practical items that you just might not think of at the last minute. Like a emergency blanket or a poncho or a little hook, a fishing hook or even a little compass they have in there, a pencil, tape. There's all kinds of things in there. You never know. It's just something that you might not have thought of that come in handy. And mine has a little booklet in there to tell you what to do with the stuff. You know, but it's always do it now. Get yourself prepared. I mean, $100 at Walmart will get you a backpack, you know, full of essentials anyway, to grab something and go for, you know, a person or a couple. Water purification tablets. You know, I got the radiation tablets myself because I live near a nuclear power plant and all that. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, you know. We're all in this together. I appreciate everybody over here on YouTube. I hope you stick around. Get involved. Send me some suggestions. Write a blog. Get involved over there at 12160.info. Use me to bring up a conversation with your family or that brother who you just can't talk to, or the cousin, or you know what I mean, or that neighbor, that coworker. Say, hey, check out this nut over there on YouTube, and then maybe they'll go to harrythomas.info or harrythomasshow.com or one of my other websites, you know, or maybe they'll check out some of the other places on bitchute.com. Because it's not just the real Harry Thomas show over there. You got the Health Ranger over there. You've got all kinds of resistance over there for the New World Order. You got all kinds of people telling the truth that are getting censored everywhere else. And I challenge Facebook, and Instagram really don't allow you to challenge nothing. Facebook had me they took my mug shots and then still denied me and took the whole profile, 5,000 friends. Well, 5,000 people anyway. But it's a terrible, terrible world. I've challenged YouTube, but I never get nowhere. But I challenge them and I tell them why they're wrong. I tell them why they're the ones that are putting out misinformation. Their fact checkers are wrong. We're the ones telling the truth. They're blocking people's family members that are just talking about their family members who are sick and stuff. No, you can't talk about this. You can't talk about that. You can't. That is a fascist world that we're living in, and it's sinful, really. You want to talk about provoking God, Kathy Hochul? I'll provoke God. You should hear me on one of my other videos scolding her out. I hope it ain't this one, because then definitely this channel I think will be gone. I'm always pushing the limits, but I think we're going to be okay on this video because I didn't say anything that I haven't said before. And that clip that I played was from Paul Joseph Watson's YouTube channel, and the link to the YouTube channel will be in the description to this channel. So all I got to say is thank you for listening, everybody out there. Thank you for sharing these videos. The broader the base of the resistance, the more of a chance that we have to beat these psychopaths, these Luciferian. They're unspeakable, man. It's crimes against humanity, but we can defeat them as long as we're still here to fight them. And that's what they're most worried about, because together we will make a difference. Thank you for listening.